Okay, let's go.
Ich lasse schon mal laufen.
Okay, how am I do? I'm probably going to pass you this one. You speak in there.
I think if you just
okay
have
for
it
you?
in the middle, it should be fine.
It's an English interview.
Of course.
But is it for German audience or for general audience?
General audience.
General audience.
Yeah. When I upload it to my channels, it's kind of like 5K views.
Okay.
Easy.
Alright. Start. Welcome, guys. I am here with the legendary ESL Meisterschaft player, the legendary ESL Birmingham player, Heroic.DavaiLama. I'm very happy that you're here on the stage. I'm very happy that you're in the scene as an established Tier 1 pro right now. And what do you think about like your first real Tier 1 LAN event?
I'm happy. I'm happy that I managed to play my first LAN. I'm more than happy that I played well at my first LAN. I didn't really have any issues with the pressure or with the crowd. It was all very chill for me. I think I played better than I usually would even. So I think for me personally, it couldn't have gone better.
Holy smokes. So you guys had a good group stage, and then you went up against Liquid. You had some good games. Is there any regrets you have in like regarding the preparation you guys did or anything else?
Maybe I have some regrets over like some draft decisions the team did, but I think personally I did what I should have done, and I pushed for the things I should have pushed for, and I didn't push for them too hard. I think during this event, I mean, I have some regrets of the small misplays I did over the whole event, and things I could have maybe focused on a bit more. But overall, I don't have any like big regrets, so I'm very happy with that.
It's a healthy way to do it. We talked with some other players in the past, for example Arteezy, who was very open about being burned out by the constant traveling, the constant time zone differences.
Yeah.
And that was in another time, that was a few years ago. Right now it's a bit different, the schedule, but what do you personally think of it now that you're like arrived in the Tier 1 scene and like embracing the traveling lifestyle?
Yeah, especially our team, I think we're the most, the team that travels the most. We have, we've been to South America 2 times, and we've basically done 5 boot camps in the last 6 months. We've done 5 boot camps, each of them almost a month. Flown across the Atlantic 4 times. We're going to Romania after this, and after that we're going back to Brazil to play the ESL World Cup. So it's a lot of traveling. I've been home, I think, for like 20 days in the last 6 months. So because we're all from like different corner of the world. For us, it's not really possible to like properly practice while we're at home, so we just have to boot camp all the time. And I felt burned out at some points, and it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard, like to do all this traveling, all this boot camping, and stay mentally healthy. But I think I've gotten better at like, at some point, like a month ago or 2 months ago, I had like periods where I felt really burned out, and it really influenced my game. Like for example, in Elite League, I had some really garbage games, and I felt burned out.
Okay.
Yeah. I just like my sleep schedule was fucked, and I was like really fucking down, and like I played really bad some of the games. But since then, I've like realized, you need to just push, like you need to like make sure you do the things that like keep you have a personal life, anything that's important. It depends per person, but anything that you need to do to have a stable personal life, you need to prioritize those things, and then that kind of keeps you going, keep going for the boot camping and the pressure.
Thank you for the very lengthy answer. And kind of circling around there, you're one of the younger players in the scene, I would say. And generally, you're still one of the younger guys.
Yeah, I don't feel particularly young. I'm like 23. Especially for offline. I think like for offline wise, it's pretty young.
I mean, offline and post 5, they're like ancient, right?
Yeah, usually they're quite old. Yeah, so I guess 23 is not that old.
So you're one of the younger guys, but you're actually married.
Yeah, I got married a year ago. I got married very young for European standards. But I'm happy with it.
And like circling back to that again, do you think you're kind of like a more mature guy than many other people in the scene, because you kind of worked very hard to get here, right? You had to create a lot of stacks. You even had to use your own money to get kind of into the scene and like go all in kind of with your own resources.
Exactly.
And do you think this gives you like a certain maturity some of the younger guys don't have?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I think in a lot of aspects I am mature. I mean, I'm also like childish in some ways, immature in some small ways. But I think when it comes to like the general day-to-day team stuff, I think I'm quite mature because I've been in so many stacks. I've made so many dog shit stacks. I have survived the worst of the Dota 2 scene. So yeah, I've learned a lot from that, and I learned how to grow from that. How to see good in people. So I think so. I think I would say I'm quite mature player.
Okay. No, I do agree though. Circling back to that again, you said you made some dog shit stacks. Was there any point where you kind of doubted the whole Dota thing? Where you were like, maybe it is not going to work out. Maybe I just have to do the good old 9 to 5, working office or something?
Oh, I mean, I made it very simple for myself. I was basically studying and like still trying to play Dota, and I was like, it's not working. Like I'm like trying to like be good at Dota. I mean, I didn't really have the intention of going pro, but I was still playing a lot and playing some like tier 4 stacks. You know, so I was still playing, and it was still like, you know, like
when was that?
Interfering with my studies. This would be like 4 years ago.
Oh, so 2020, like COVID times.
Yeah, exactly. Just when COVID started. It was just when COVID hit. That's when like I had to I just switched from studying history to switching biology to doing like history, research as much.
Oh, history is really.
Yeah. But yeah, I just didn't put enough time in it. You know? I just didn't like doing all the research and doing so much time in my studies. You know, I was playing more Dota instead. Then I played like a small French LAN called Salam. That was like the first LAN I played. It was like an amateur LAN. It's like
Dota LAN.
Yeah, it's like even smaller than Dota LAN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like big and small.
Okay.
So, and I had so much fun there, and I thought I played really well. You know, I thought I was like the best Dota I played in my life, even though. You know, I was playing mid at that tournament. It was like a garbage mid tournament. And I wasn't mid player, but I was like destroying games. And then some mid players that were supposed to be better than me, so I was like, oh. You know,
who's playing your mid lane? Is there any like notable players?
Who's playing? I mean, bro, it was the French players. It was Jesus Quintana and Joao. I mean, right now they kind of like crash, right? But like then they were like
okay. They were like I don't know, top 500 or something.
Yeah, they were top 500, and I was like a top 400 offline. You know?
Yeah, okay.
So you know, like. Yeah, still. I felt I played well, you know, comparatively there. So I was like happy, and that was during COVID time. So I started like slacking on my studies. You know, lost motivation. Was depressed for a month. You know the drill. And then I just I went to a psychologist. I asked him like, you know, what should I do? I'm feeling really bad about my studies. You know, I'm also playing Dota. I just got like top 100 in Dota, but I don't know if I should, really commit for it. And he gave me some good advice. He just said, well, you know, it's important to just focus on one thing. Like, you know, you shouldn't feel bad for like being bad at your studies if you're, actually trying to pursue something else. Like,
it's a base psychologist you met.
Yeah, exactly. He played like Age of Empires competitively like back in the 2000s. He was like one of those esports fossils or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's funny. He said, and I thought, yeah, that makes sense. So I decided for myself, from 1 year, I'm just gonna try to go pro, and I'll see where I get. So in a year, I'll see where I am.
Yeah.
If I'm not happy where I am, I'll just quit.
Okay.
But it took a while because that's when that was then like where I had the stack called, what was it, Team Lotus?
Oh, I don't even know that.
Yeah, you don't even know that. I mean, I played in like a qualifier. At the time, I played like in a qualifier with Toronto Tokyo and Cristales. And then
with Haifa?
Yeah, with 5.
Oh, I remember that one.
It was called 5 Dogs. And then after we won the Open Qualifier, I got kicked. And I got Fishman. And then I made like a bunch of new stacks.
Yeah, I remember that.
With Necroma. And then I played like my first real tournament, which was Omega League. And then I was playing with Necroma, Exotic Deer. Oh, man.
Ancient names.
Yeah, I flashed a bit as well. I mean, it was just stacks, right? It was just like small stacks, and it wasn't easy. The teams kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I was also not good at pos 5. Like I was not. I'm not saying I was like the only good player. I was also bad.
Yeah.
And I tried, and like for 6 months, from like June to December, I just, or like even like January, for like 7 months, I was like struggling on pos 5, trying to make stacks, and then get into the breach. I almost qualified the DPC. In the first qualifier, we had to play against who played? Like it was the first
the
qualifier.
first one is Amar.
Yeah, it was again. No, it was Amar, Mallory, Gustavus, Fishman, and then Alex. And we won game 1 and then we lost the next 2 games, so we didn't qualify for the DPC.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we've got very unlucky with the brackets in those qualifiers.
Yeah.
And then I got kicked to front team, so I was like, all right, this pos 5 shit is not working.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna play pos 3.
Let's go.
And after a month, so I grinded pos 3 non-stop. I tried to like practice all the main heroes. I was like, all right, this pos 3 hero is important. I'm gonna practice. I played like Beastmaster, fucking Darkseer, like all the heroes I'd never played before. I like spam them, trying to get like the important offlane heroes. Like back then, which offlane heroes were important. And then there was the next DPC qualifiers. I couldn't win the EU qualifiers because I couldn't get on a good stack. I had to play on a stack with Zorich to qualify.
What?
Yeah. I played on a stack with Zorich in those qualifiers. That was the second DPC season.
Dude.
The Europe qualifiers. And what did I play with? Oh, it was, I don't even remember. It was yeah, it was rough. It was like with Runets or something.
Max.
Yeah, but Max. You just probably don't know these people, but it was.
I
It was
played with
like,
him on a team, bro. He was an Ivy.
yeah, you played with him. Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't pretty, no.
Okay.
But then there was an NA qualifiers coming up. And I
Oh,
was like,
really?
I have one more chance,
Yeah, let's go.
And to be honest, it was pretty close because like I said, I would give myself a year, but I was like in July, and those qualifiers in April. So there was like what?
Last chance, kind of.
So there was like 2-3 months left to I had like 2-3 months left to like show something for myself.
Yeah.
And then it was NA qualifiers, and I got lucky making a stack. Yumo wanted to play for me. He got 1437. He's like a legendary
I
player,
remember.
and he was like, "Sure, I'll play the stack."
The Hustlers.
And we got exactly. And this Bendigo guy,
Yeah.
he used to be good, and he was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
And we managed to qualify the NA DPC. Well, actually, we lost the first open qualifier to Zeppelin.
Holy.
Wait, no. It was
French
Sonic.
enemy. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it was some really random stack,
Sonic Axmo or what?
Yeah.
Curse 3-2 stack?
Something like that. Some pseudo 3-2 stack. And we almost lost in the second qualifier. It was like a really close game. And it was single elimination.
Oh.
So like maybe if I lost that like one game in any open qualifiers with 100 ping at 2 a.m. at night, maybe I wouldn't have been here. Probably wouldn't have been here.
Maybe would have.
I feel like I would like to believe I would have found my way into Pro Scene, a bit later, or a bit delayed, but yeah, I mean, like if you think about the butterfly effect, you're getting pretty
Great.
close.
Yeah,
Exactly. Or maybe if I won the qualifiers into the breach, I would have never switched to pos 3, and maybe I would have been like a dog shit pos 5 player.
Holy
still.
smokes.
Like one of those pos 5 players, like I don't want to throw any shade, but one of those pos 5 players that keeps playing on like the same team, keeps making these new teams, who never really makes it. Maybe you never know. So I definitely had a good road since then. And yeah, ever since I made these horses in NA and got to DPC, it's been like pretty smooth.
Okay, so there was never really any moment where you were like, fuck it, I'm done.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was getting close. I was at that point, like for the NA qualifiers, like after I lost the EU qualifiers and had to play with Zorich, I was like, oh, this game pretty rough.
Yeah.
It needs to be better, I'm not very happy where I've gotten in the last 8 months.
Yeah.
So, but after like qualifying the DPC, and then playing DPC, managed to go 7-0, obviously. So
yeah.
that was nice. And then I was like, Mom, Dad, I won $3,400 on that.
That's good money. Like,
For someone that lives that lives with his mom, it's like that's
good fucking shit.
Exactly.
Oh.
I was like, wow. And then I got some more freedom as well to like try and pursue my daughter dream, and obviously like that gave me some more motivation. And I just kept going with that team. After that, after winning DPC, I had to switch back to 4. I had to switch to position 4 and then to 5.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I mean that was just like in the down season. It was like during TI. Like I had to play the BTS NA, and there was no course available, so I had to go before. So we get Monster because he was like the only real NA player available.
Oh, you had to get an NA player.
Yeah, we had to get we had to get an NA player, and the only one that was like not dog shit.
His Monster.
Yeah, like it was Monster, so I had to go to 4. So I just like
Okay.
poured myself out for Monster.
Yeah.
And then the same thing happened, and we had to get another new player, and then the only non-dog shit player was Flea. So then I poured myself out to Flea, and I switched back to +5.
Yeah.
And then they just all left. Like Monster left, Flea left. So I was like, oh,
Huh.
I'm going back to offlane.
Yeah,
let's
let's
go.
go.
I was like, but I hadn't played offlane for like 3 months as well, so it wasn't that amazing at first. But I got a really nice team. It was wildcard. It was a very nice team with Sammy Boy, Yamson. It was not a great team, but considering and the organization.
You heavily overperformed for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the organization, even though it's a small organization, it's like a potato org, you could say. I mean, the thing is, they're nice. They're small, but they're trustworthy. Like they helped us a lot, to be a stable team. Like again, we were a team of 5 players in NA that stuck together for a whole year. Yeah. And we actually grew together, and we made it to the last chance qualifier. We were the 4th best team in NA, which is not an amazing achievement, but we still had good matches. We got really close games against Nouns. We beat EG in the first DPC season.
Even at the last chance, you guys didn't look like super outclassed. You had some competitive games, if I remember.
Exactly. Yeah, we won against Polaris. We won games against BP. It was
What's up?
exactly. It was a nice team, and I learned so much in that year. And yeah, the team. We didn't become a tier 1 team or maybe even a tier 2 team. But, I grew a lot as a player. I think especially I grew a lot during that year. In the beginning of the team, I was some fucking random player that's just switched back to offlane, like ranked 300 euro.
Yeah.
You know the type. Not much to show for.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that year, I was like,
You got something to show
yeah,
for.
I was a lot better as a player.
While like last chance qualifier, Dodalan winner.
Yeah, exactly. But that was around the time I won the Dota.
Yeah.
That was based.
Yeah, it was good. so okay, let's get on track a bit more. Like not make it too long. What do you think happened more, like personal growth as like a human being, or personal growth in terms of your Dota skill? Like from like the moment you're close to getting on a tier 1 team and now kind of. What was like the thing contributing the most to you actually being on the top right now?
Well, I mean, it goes hand in hand, right? Like to be here, I've had to like improve on both of those things. Like I guess in recent memory, from getting on Heroic, I would say it's mostly Dota skill, because I feel like before getting to Heroic, I'd already like, or a while before that, I think I already like grown a lot individually and realized where I need to do better. And I just I was able to grind, but because last year I had to play with a lot of different players, with Luna Galaxy and the Hustlers. So I had to worry a lot about making, replacing teammates and everything. It was very chaotic that year.
You couldn't really focus on your own. You couldn't focus on the game.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And then after that, I realized I also need to focus more on myself. So so at the end of Luna Galaxy, I was also like ranked 300.
Yeah, you kind of dropped it like that.
Exactly. I was trying to post my individual skill, even though I played well at TI. In the TI qualifier, I think I played really well there.
Yeah, you did.
My average individual skill wasn't that high. So after that team disbanded, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna focus on myself, and I managed to climb 2K more in 3 months. I went from 10K to 12K in the time. I realized I need to focus a bit more on my mechanics, and then getting very high on more helped me get noticed by the people from Heroic.
That's true. So would you maybe say as a finishing question, all that time building stacks, trying to grind it up, like from your own volition, kind of. Maybe I wouldn't say wasted time, but maybe. What would have happened if you, from the start, focused on becoming a better player on your individual skill? Maybe then the way would have been easier or quicker for you.
Yeah, you can certainly argue that. And imagine if I just focused on grinding on more, like a lot of people do, maybe I could have done on a team user. But I also like to believe that because I am a very human person, and because I play with a lot of different people, and I learn a lot from different people, I've always been open towards other people and playing with different people. That I've learned a lot from them as well. And I've learned how to deal with people better, and I got distracted a little bit. Just trying to. I'd also like to believe that I learned a lot from them.
Okay.
And that's making me into a better teammate. I really think so. If I was just like one of those players that just plays for MMR and try and just like get the shortcut to the teams, that I wouldn't have been as good teammate as I am now.
Okay, so you're basically saying maybe as a player that time wasn't the most efficient way spent, but as a person and as a teammate, you probably learned a lot, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's a fair point. That's it for me. I want to thank you for this interview. I want to thank you for your lengthy answers. Not many players actually are so eloquent.
Yeah, there's also not many interviews where you can really give you the time to open up, right? It's just very short questions, like how do you feel this tournament? Why are you playing well? And I'm like, we have good players and we practice hard. So now you win.
Why did you lose?
Why did you lose? Well, enemy team is better, and we didn't practice hard enough. Sorry. And you answered some interesting questions. So that's nice.
Well, thank you. Last shoutouts from you.
Well, shoutouts to everyone that's been in my way here, to my family that supported me, especially my mom who supported me going this door, to my wife who supported me since I qualified for DPC. Since I met her since I qualified for DPC the first time.
You've known each other.
So she's been very, very supportive of me and gave me all the space I needed during my role.
That's okay. Actually, one small question: space. What do you think about generally being a freelancer, for a long time, not having the casual 9 to 5? It's kind of rough there, right? Freelancing, and your significant other, they need to be accepted.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So it's always it's rough. It's not easy for the other one, for the partner, because they have to adjust of just giving their partner a lot of space and realizing that even though they're at home, they're at work, and they have to and there has to be this artificial barrier while I'm busy, while I'm working. Yeah. And last year, I was mostly at home as well because we didn't qualify. I didn't qualify for much, but I was still playing all the time.
Yeah.
So we're still hard at home. Even since at the beginning of last year, I had to get my own apartment, and I didn't have that much money, so I had to settle with not an apartment as big as I wanted to have. I have to play from the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
So it's not it wasn't the perfect setup when I was playing it last year, but managed to make it work because we have a great marriage. And now since I've been in Heroic, I've just been traveling all the time.
Yeah.
And we miss each other. It's not easy, but we've been through a long distance relationship before, and now when I am home, I at least get to spend my time fully with my wife.
And that's what you said earlier, right? That's what you said earlier. It's important to keep the personal contacts alive and use them as much as you can, and don't neglect them, and cherish the time, smell the roses.
Exactly. It's very important to keep track of your own personal life and live every aspect of your life to the fullest. Because that's honestly how you survive the long the stresses and pressure of the pro life.
I mean, not only pro life, everyone's life, right?
Yeah, everyone's life, exactly.
Easy.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Last shout out, sponsors, anything?
Yeah. To all our fans, to Thunderpick, our new betting sponsor. You can't be a real door team without a betting sponsor. The good stuff. To Homa, our sportsman, all clothing, all this drip is
Dude,
from Homa.
It's actually sweet. It's sweet as hell.
Yeah, exactly. We got some nice clothing. I think we've been the drippiest team.
Yeah, man.
This tournament, and all wearing the same stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good. And to all my fans from the Frogger TV, from the Bene Dota, from the German scene.
Yeah.
Everyone's been following me since ESL Meisterschaft.
Oh, baby.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Okay.